guys.
Hey, Dan.
Hi, Josh. Nice beard.
What's up, everybody? Not what you expected, huh?
Yeah, this is what is the Spanish Inquisition? No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Yes, we will be holding down the fort until Dan gets his motor started.
Yeah.
Haven't heard from Josh though.
No. Well, he's usually got family stuff going on right
That's
around
right.
8. So whatever it is, I didn't do it. Well, that's why we're here starting this. So
That's right. So, what's up, everybody?
yeah,
What do you want to know?
it's been
What do you
a
want to know before Boss Man shows up?
yeah, right. What dirty deeds can we talk about before Dan gets here?
So you had one or two lives after the dragon. You've already talked about that, right?
Yeah, one live after the dragon. Well,
Or
one
at
there and then one after. Yeah.
Okay, I've been busy with racing and/or like in-laws, so that's why I haven't been joining as much.
All right.
Someone's in the market for Miata. Oh,
Ooh, that's
that's a good question. All I know is I want a Miata for the street. I've been saying that, even though I have the I have the race Miata and I have a 360, and I would still love a Miata for the type of roads we have around here. Not as high speed twisties. I don't know NA or NB in terms of what would be better. I feel like they'd both be great. Um, NB is going to be a little bit more robust, I think.
Fair enough.
I would do NA just because I have an NA. Get the pop-up headlights. It's
Heck
the
yeah.
old school Miata.
There
So
you go.
that would be
The
my vote.
I kid you not, I was at a brewery on Sunday, and there was a group of like 6 dudes walking around someone's like candy apple red Miata, like discerning it like they're at like a Ferrari event. It was just hilarious.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I have a new appreciation for them.
oh yeah, they're fun cars. I mean, they're a little small inside, like,
Yeah.
but you're used to supercars and stuff. It's all the same. So
Yep.
you're 5'9". Oh yeah, you'll fit in a Miata.
Oh yeah. Mine has a. I don't need it, but when I bought it, it has a drop floor, so it drops the floor about an inch or two. It's welded in, meant for taller guys.
Oh, that's cool.
It's cool, but it's like unnecessary for me
Yeah.
because I have to raise my seat up even higher so that the harness fits me right. So it added complications, but it's an option if you want to do that. Although I don't know if you can do that for just a street car, the drop floor. I suppose you might be able to. Just need to remount the seat.
I can see that. No one here, and I can speak for Dan and Josh. We're not going to Car Week this year. Too many other things going on. So probably next year, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, that's an expensive one, huh?
Yeah, especially for Dan, like the ROI is low. Like, and he doesn't really get a vacation. He has to work and put out videos to be the first to make the videos try and have a chance. So
Yep.
I get it. It's a lot of work for him.
So therefore, you won't go.
Well, it's always more fun to go with friends, right?
Yeah, totally. Quality Miata? I
That's a good
don't
question.
know.
We need Josh. He'll know.
Yeah. 7 to 10, yeah.
Yeah, skip the cheap car and go for the one that's $500,000. That's I don't think that's how that works.
There you go. There's your answer. TG 90 NA Miata for New England. Yep. I believe it. I just saw one at the grocery store just an hour ago and was like, I want to drive that.
Heck yeah. Oh, my power's flashing, so you might be the only one left, Gabe.
Oh, shit. You have a storm?
No. It's just
All right.
flashing, so-
If it's just me, I'm giving you guys 5 minutes and then I'm out of here.
Right. Oh my gosh. Dan
I'm not
did,
Dan. I don't have
Dan
that kind
did
of.
SEMA one year when he was sponsored by Shell to go. I don't know.
That sounds right. Yeah, back when he saw Shmi, I think.
Yeah. I remember the video where they had like the F-150 with half of it running on Shell and the other half not, and they like borescoped it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. That's all I remember from SEMA, but that Dan did. There he is.
Oh,
Welcome
Jesus.
back.
Jesus, Dan, you're giving us a heart attack over here.
So, all right. First of all, I had like.
Oh, you're
Uh-oh.
muted.
Wait, your sound.
No, nothing.
It's going through a different source. It got unplugged or something.
It was
Like,
fine right at the beginning.
We'll do it live.
Still nothing.
Try
Ish.
again.
Nothing. Hello.
Yeah, sorta. It's just a little quiet.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like that mic still, but we can hear you.
No. Wait.
Good luck in Vegas, Hugh.
That's worse.
It's gonna be a
First.
shit show.
Oh, it's got the.
I've reached the point where I'm much happier watching an F1 race on TV.
I still need to go do Coda experience, but yeah, watching them on TV, you get to see the whole race. Like,
Yeah, but I guess. Oh, so you haven't been to Coda for
not
F1 race?
F1, no.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's. I went to a bunch of them in Montreal and Spain, so dealing with the crowds was what did me in.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that getting old really quick, especially traffic getting there,
Yeah,
then getting out of there.
but if you go with Dan and folks, one of you guys knows someone, right, who has a suite who you can just hang out at,
Yep.
and
I
that's.
just we need to know someone with a private helicopter so we can just fly in and scoot.
So that's what I always said, and then I feel like it was Josh or someone who was like, "No, even a helicopter takes a long time or something." Like I was like, "Really?" But I agree. Yeah, I like to watch from the S's at Coda, 4, 5, and 6.
All
It's
right.
pretty unique seeing F1 cars go through that sequence, and you can actually see them roll some of
Oh,
the pitch
cool.
of the bot. Yeah, it's
right.
pretty crazy.
We have varying opinions on Vegas was worth going or not. Dewwork says it was. Someone else earlier said it wasn't. Dirty Gringo.
I mean,
I don't know. That race was
Yeah.
better than I was expecting, but I watched it on TV.
Yeah. Yeah, Vegas. I feel like if you've probably if you've been, it's all right, Dan, we got it. If you've been to Vegas, I'm sure it's more manageable. I've never been to Vegas, so I feel like going there in general plus an F1 race would just be like so crazy.
Yep.
I mean, it'd be cool, but it's like shiny objects everywhere.
Something changed.
Say something.
Yeah. Can
Oh.
we hear you?
Test. Anything?
It still sounds like the laptop mic. But we can hear you. Oh,
It's like hard to tell.
yeah. That's funny.
Anything? No.
Yeah. Yeah. Just yeah,
Just,
it's
just
fine.
roll with it.
I think it's
it'll-
fine.
1 second.
Oh, no. That just sounded clear. Whatever you just did.
How you guys enjoying the show so far? Is everybody having fun?
No, okay, that sounds good.
Everyone make sure to give it a
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. Like for
I think you're good.
yeah.
No. It's still fucked up.
It still it sounds clear though. Like way better than it was.
On my side, it's screwed up.
Oh.
Any better? Say something
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we're
No.
here.
Yours. Good.
No.
about that.
Yeah.
We
God damn it.
troubleshooting live. If you're doing it live, it's gonna break. That's the rule.
What the hell?
Sorry, you got a patient crew.
Yep.
It's running the audio output through my laptop, not through my speaker, so I can't hardly hear you guys for squat.
Jeez.
You know what? I'll just do it like this. I mean, so
Yeah.
whatever.
All right, you're clear at least. We can hear you.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, and I can't. By the way, I can't use my mouse because. So apparently, what happened is my USB bus or bridge or whatever is dead.
Oh, good.
So none of my. Oh, I got an idea. Hold on. I'm gonna lose audio for a second.
All right. I love it. So, why don't you talk about racing, Gabe? Since Dan's still
Yeah. So I installed a new exhaust on my Miata, which you can actually hear. If you've watched my videos, you know my exhaust is very quiet because I got one in a pinch last year. So I bought an actual spec Miata exhaust, and it sounds like a spec Miata now.
nice.
But I have to get my different. I have to get a, good.
Oh,
Wait.
now we're echoing.
We can hear
Oh,
it.
you're echoing?
Yeah.
We're echoing.
Damn it.
Drop
probably
out
'cause
and come back in because it usually does the noise
suppression.
suppression test as you join.
Yeah. All right. Bye bye.
Got him.
Um,
Ha!
So my differential is finally I found out I have an open diff. I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
But the car, it's getting worse. The car really struggles on slow right-hand uphill corners. I don't know why it doesn't happen on left-hand. Maybe there aren't any in my circuit, but I get a lot of wheel spin on the
No
air.
echo?
Yep, you're good.
You're good. You're back.
That only took me 16
Yeah, sounds good. Can you hear us?
during the live, and
Dan, can you hear us?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
The comments have spoken that you need a beer or a glass of wine.
Yeah, Dan, chill. You're good.
I'm
You're
sworn
back.
off from alcohol for a little while,
Oh, no.
so I'm suffering. You like my? This is what I'm dealing with.
Nice.
Tell your story, then I'll tell everything that's going on. And why
Yeah, I
it's
was just
all-
talking about my racing. So, anyways, yeah, for the next race, a few upgrades: new exhaust, new differential, and then I got to get a new set of tires.
Did
and
you
that
do a
should-
video on this?
What?
Did you do a video?
No, fucking YouTube. It's always a struggle.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know if I honestly don't know if I'm cut out for YouTube. I just like
bitch, isn't it?
At the end of the workday, with it, like last night, I was changing the exhaust. I was like, I just want to get this done. I don't want to.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
So
it
it's
slows
like,
it down by like 50 to 75%, doesn't
it's
it?
a constant struggle, to be honest. Like there's so many ideas in my head of like, oh, this would be a great video. This would be a great video. But then like some things I film thinking it'd be a great video, and then like no one watches it. So it's like I can't win.
You know,
but
what's more
anyways.
depressing than that is the hard work we do now, this far in, I'm getting less views and whatever than like
Yeah,
5 years ago.
yeah. YouTube is weird. It
So
so
it's like-
clearly
it's-
suppresses certain
Talk about
videos.
depressing. Like, it's like I'll do all like that GT40 video. We drove all the way to Pittsburgh. Tyler and I
Yeah.
filmed all this stuff. Tyler took these amazing pictures that I put in there. I thought it was a beautiful video. Like, it was just good. It was just a good video, right? Like, it's got, I don't know, 2,000 views.
No.
Yeah.
And that took, I mean, the editing for that video probably took me like 5 hours because
Oh,
it was
there's
a
a-
more complicated video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a ton of video.
It's
Holy
a
cow.
big video. It was a big video. Lots of work, right? It's so depressing when you see those numbers. You're
Bullshit.
like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
But whatever.
I mean, there was good comments. Like the people appreciated the
The
video.
people who did watch it liked it.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah.
That's what really sucks. It's like, it wasn't like it was a bad video. It just didn't get pushed out to anyone.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
anyway, my apologies for my technical difficulties. So today was one of the weird days where I actually brought my laptop to the shop because I thought I was going to have time on my hands and be able to edit some videos at the shop. Usually I do my editing at home, but I had a weird schedule today where I had to be in the shop early because a guy was coming in that I had to meet around 10 a.m. And then another guy was coming around like 4:30. So, you know, I was like, okay, if I get all the other stuff done I needed to get done, I was going to edit videos. And so I brought my laptop because I hate editing at the shop. I like editing at home because I got my big monitor and it's just set up for it, right? Anyway, that didn't happen because it was a really busy day, and I didn't get home until 7:15. So I got home late, snarfed down dinner, spent a little time with my kid and wife, and by the time I was like done with that, it was like 7:55. And so I'm like, crap, I got to get it set up, right? So I turn on my computer, or my computer was on, but like I hadn't tested it. Usually I try and test things like 15 minutes early, just in case this sort of situation happens, right? And so I go to test it, and it's all wonked out. And well, apparently I have like a little USB thing, where it's got like 6 or 7 ports.
Yep.
Apparently that's not working. So I had to plug them directly in. So I had to undo all, I had my wires run all nice. I had nice wire routing things, so it looked nice. And now my desk looks like ass.
I mean, when Tyler was the only one when I joined, I was like, when he said he hadn't heard from you, I'm like, all right, something's either really wrong or Dan's equipment is fucked.
Sorry, yeah. I was gonna text you guys, but I was like, oh, I'll get it. You know how it is. You're like, I got it. I think it's this, and then no.
It's all good. You're coming
That's
in
why I have
clear
access
now.
to start it now. So all good.
Right.
True.
I honestly, that I was just about to click on that.
Yep.
It's funny because, this week, so I don't watch that much YouTube as far as car YouTubers, right? Partly because I'm just busy. Partly because I find a lot of the content to be repetitive. And it was funny this week, and I'm not picking on him, just to be clear, because someone's gonna be like, ooh, right? Ed Bullion's like, I bought a Bugatti. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. I totally don't care to watch that video, right?
It's true.
And it's because it's like, this is now the evolution that's expected of YouTubers in the car world. It's like, you have to buy $1 million+ car, otherwise you're a nobody.
But ever since like the, I don't know, DDE Bugatti drama crap, like anytime a YouTuber hits that level, it's like, don't care.
Yeah.
Just not gonna watch
I hate
anymore.
to say it, but like all the YouTubers that have $1 million+ cars, I have zero interest in.
It's so unrelatable.
Right.
Yeah.
It's no longer about the cars. It's just about watch me accumulate wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
And
happy
so-
for you, you bought a
Right.
dream car.
Right. And like, again, I'm not crapping on them. I wish I could be that. Except for I wouldn't be bitching out with some crappy Volkswagen. I'd be buying a Pagani. Like, why everyone was wanting a Volkswagen with 16 cylinders is beyond me.
Yeah, that's a good question.
And those
Not
are
pretty.
ugly.
Yeah.
Those are ugly cars. I'm sorry. Bugattis are horrible. Anyway, that's just me.
It's so saturated. But I mean, I would hope that would bring in a new wave of like more creative, different types. I don't know what that is, but like
Here's
in theory, there's
my-
always room for more creativity, right?
Shopcat, man, you're missing out.
Yeah.
That we got rid of the
Oh,
Shopcat
jeez.
like
That ship has sailed.
6 months ago. We talked about it multiple times. Anyway, here's my only thing that I thought about that I hope happens, which is a fantasy at this point, is that we've been consistent. We've done fairly similar things our entire existence. I mean, yes, the DIY has gotten less, maybe step by step, but we still do a lot of DIY, and we still show cars, and we're still transparent. We still show reality of owning these cars. At least I feel that way, and I'm hoping that maybe it'll come full circle, and people will want to start watching like real, actual stuff instead of this fabricated world of, content that really is not relatable anymore.
Yep.
So
I hope so.
The like clout grab is just so tiring.
I mean, it's like they constantly have to one up it, right? You have to go bigger and bigger and more expensive. Very interesting question. Which Ferraris are tanking in value? I keep tabs on the used one at dealers. I see a ton of 296s, SF90s, and Romas. Yeah, those three are dropping like a bomb. If you own one and you're worried about value, you probably should sell it
Yeah.
a couple months ago.
If you don't own one, think about buying one, maybe.
I not quite yet.
Okay.
I would wait a little longer, but I mean, they're starting to become good deals in those cars. I mean, we saw an SF90 that was like $4.25.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, we were like, holy crap. The auctions this week were depressing, I'm going to say. There was a lot of no sales and a lot of sales that were very low.
Well, look, someone asked, the difference, like which to pick, 720 or 48. Honestly, right now it's neither, because the prices aren't reflective of the market. Like, they're still at 270 for some of these cars.
Oh,
It's
really?
like, no
You
way.
can find gems in those though.
Oh yeah, they're still gems, but the average is still super high.
Yeah,
for what
most of them are still too high, but I mean, if you find a low 200 on either of those cars, buy it.
Yep.
That is a screaming deal. If you can find one of those that's got 25,000 miles, 30,000 miles, and all the other people are poo-pooing it because of miles, that's the car you want.
Yep.
I mean, go buy a 48 for 225 or a 720 for like 225 that's got 20, 30,000 miles.
Yeah, but even the 20, 30,000 mile ones are 250. So it's like,
Right. But you can find them here and there.
yeah, here and there. They go quick.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
They go, yeah, those ones are the ones that actually sell.
Yeah. The rest
That's
are
the
just
thing.
sitting there. It's like, come on, dealers. Like,
Here's the really tricky part about the market right now is the cars you're seeing listed for sale are not the cars that are selling. So that's not the value of these cars.
Meaning,
It's actually,
if the cars that are selling, you're not even seeing.
they're
Yeah.
going so fast.
Yeah.
If
like
you
I see a trend now where dealers won't even put up pictures for a week, because if they know the car's priced well, it's going to be sold.
I mean,
Why spend the effort taking photos?
yeah. And it's weird because it's shifting. So I think right now people are buying the more expensive cars, but they're buying them when they're priced right. The lower end cars aren't selling as fast right now. But what's weird is like people are still constantly asking us for that. But then, like we have those two 430 Spiders, and we had them priced at like the cheapest on the market, and no one made a serious offer for a month. So we finally were like, all right, screw it, we're converting them.
Nice. Yep.
So we pulled them off the market this week, and we just Josh and I filmed a lot of it. Josh and I did a conversion in less than 1 day.
Nice.
So we're pretty proud of that. So yeah, that video will be coming out next week. That car, so the first one is done as of today. Like we did 90% of the conversion. I had to do the cable adjustments today, and then I also just wanted to clean it up. Carpets were gross and the leather was gross, so I just did a good thorough cleaning, so it looks really, really nice. And now it's just a really good car.
Nice.
So that one's gonna get relisted probably tomorrow. So that's the 07 with 36,000 miles.
Yep.
I mean, it's a phenomenal car, and now that it's a manual, it's a really good car. So anyway, that's sort of stuff, right? Like, I don't know, yeah, I'm seeing like if it's like a 488 or anything in the 200s, if they're priced correctly, they're just gone.
Yep.
But at the same time, we are taking an absolute beating on our GT3.
On the what?
Our GT3, our Porsche
Oh, really?
GT3. We are.
Oh shit! Yeah, you still have that, huh? The
We're
Martini.
losing our ass. And we kind of just got to the point where we're like, it just needs to go. Doesn't
What are these
matter.
Porsche guys doing in the comments? Come on, Hugh.
Yeah.
Right?
What are you doing?
Need
I'll tell you,
Martini
this is not motivation to buy any more Porsches for the dealership.
I feel like you had luck
Yeah.
with some of them, but what was the case?
I
with
would
those?
say because of this car, we finally got an offer today. They didn't put a deposit, and it's listed. We have it listed for $5,000 below wholesale.
Wow.
So finally, doing that, we got offers. And here's how I know we priced it too low. All of the offers have been from dealers. And the crazy part is they're still trying to beat us up on it.
Wow.
And we're like, dude, no. I'm already 5,000 below MMR. No. Oh, let me know if you want to change your mind. You know, they want it for like 15,000 below MMR, 10,000 below MMR. I'm like, screw you. You're not going to get this deal anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
So
People say because it's not a manual, but like, isn't it still a fantastic transmission, the PDK?
Oh
Yeah.
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 And
the thing
it's
is-
weird because like people just want it to be a manual because it could be that much better.
I
I don't
That
know.
car's
Yeah,
going
like-
to drive better than they will ever be able to in a manual. Like it can drive
Yeah.
itself way better than they can do it.
there's still lots of people that want PDK.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The only thing I can think of is maybe the Martini livery is a turnoff. I don't know. But whatever. That thing needs to go. So anyway, we got an offer on it today. That's why I was there late. Guy was test driving it and whatever, and he gave us an offer, and it's an offer that is a gut punch. I mean, it's like, I hate it. I hate you for even throwing out this number. Not really, but you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it makes me feel like shit. But I'm gonna take it because
Yeah.
it needs to go. At this point, it just needs to go. Like that much money tied up on that car, we could be buying 430s and converting them and selling them.
Yeah. Your opportunity cost is way too
Wow.
high.
Right. The thing is, we're gonna lose. So we, you know, I don't mind telling people. I guess really, we bought it for 174 something,
Hmm.
and we listed it for 164.9. So even our list price is a $10,000 loss.
Jeez.
Because you knew you couldn't get that, or why was that?
We started up at like 180, which was the actual suggested retail based on all the data.
Okay.
And we've just decreased it all the way down to 164.9. And thing was like no one was even taking an interest in it.
Hmm.
Or if they did, they made offers that were like 150, you know, like just total BS offers. And we're like, no. So we finally listed it for 164. And now I'm getting lots of interest, lots of offers, most of them below 160, which I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like-
This is a screaming deal and you know it.
Yeah, I mean, just all you have to do is punch in the VIN and see the data, and guess, especially the dealers. I'm like, you have the data, you have Mannheim, you plug in the MMR,
Mhm.
and this car is a screaming deal. There's nothing like it on the market. It's by far the cheapest GT3 on the market. Anyway.
Wow.
I mean, maybe he's got some backstory, but I don't care enough to know.
Yeah. I'll watch it eventually, but I'm not going to like go out
Oh,
of
I
my way
won't.
to like watch
I'm
it.
definitely not going to watch that
Yeah.
video. I don't care.
Tyler, how dare you?
I said
mean, it's just-
eventually.
it's
It's going to be
like-
a month.
I don't know. Like, it's just, those cars are stupid. Like, I just don't care about Bugattis. I mean,
I know what you mean.
it's
Yeah.
like a Rolls Royce with more horsepower.
Ed's a good storyteller. That's the only reason I'm going to watch
That's
it.
true. I will give credit to that. He tells a hell of a story, and I'm sure his story is fascinating.
Who's this? Vinwick?
Vinwiki, Ed Bullion.
Ed Bullion.
Yeah, I'm sure that's. I guess the only reason to watch it would be because I'm sure he's got some interesting way of telling the story, and there's probably some hooker involved and dead people or something. So
Yep.
that part of it could be interesting,
That's usually how his stories go.
right? How are part sales going? They're pretty slow. It's been pretty terrible, I'll be honest. But we are very close to having the new website done.
Oh, cool.
I think we'll probably be launching it in 1 to 2 weeks. And it should be a much better experience. So it's a much faster system. We're starting off with basically everything we have currently listed, and then we're going to start expanding again. And we also want to start really pushing part sales again, because you know it really was a big part of the business for a long time, and it just kind of dwindled because the car sales made so much more money, and it just took up all of our time. So now we've got Nick helping us out, and he's done a
Good.
phenomenal job. So
Sweet. I didn't
Yeah,
know you
now
had
we
someone
have-
helping.
we have someone to actually run the parts side. So like,
Is it going to be a new domain or same one but just different? facelift?
I mean, I don't. I don't want to lose the domain because I feel like it's already got some like rankings and stuff in Google. So
Yep.
changing the domain could hurt it. So yeah.
Cool.
Rappers. Well, he's had both.
Yeah, he's
He's
had
had
both.
rappers and hookers.
There's the blue Lamborghini or something, some Lamborghini with a hooker.
Yeah,
I
there was
forget.
something with the hook. I don't remember. Yeah. Anyway.
It's Atlanta. They got all the things.
Yeah. Let's be real. He bought that particular Bugatti because it's probably the cheapest Bugatti on Earth right now. Which
Huh.
crazy thing is those things aren't holding their value super great.
What do
I
you
think
get?
his stories are legit. I don't think he's lying. I don't think he's got any
Oh, yeah.
reason to lie.
What do you get, a Veyron?
I don't know. I didn't watch the video.
Probably.
The thumbnail was whited out except for the little Bugatti grill, so I don't know.
I don't know anything about those. They all look the same. Kind of. Yes, I got plenty of ice in there,
It's Texas,
Speaking
you
of
need ice
rappers-
right now.
dude. We're back into full like we had a really weird July. It was colder than June.
July was awesome. Yeah.
July was amazing. It was the best July I've ever had living here. Like it rained quite a few times. The temperatures never got to 100 basically. We had temperatures in the 80s.
Yeah. In
It
July.
was
in
amazing.
Texas. Yeah.
And then August hit and it was like, that's what you get.
Yeah. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Don't you
Don't
forget what
forget
110 feels like.
Yeah, you're in Texas. Stop trying to. No.
I do not miss that.
Immediately went to like 104. So today was hot, very hot. Inventory update. Lots of changes. The Roma is gone after I don't know what was it like 8 months or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
long
just seeing it on the site. I was going to ask about it.
Delete it. Yeah, I forgot to delete it. It
Nice.
just shipped out today.
Sweet.
Like that was another reason I was there late. I had to help the shipper get the.
that was
Roma.
consignment, right?
That was consignment. Yep.
Okay.
That was Casey's car.
Yeah. Yep.
Ah, look who's here. Josh is up in Pacific
Pacific?
Northwest visiting his folks,
Oh,
Ah.
his mom. So that's why he's not
Hey,
on the
Josh.
video. Oh, what's up with YouTube unsubscribing me? This is the second time I had to resubscribe to you.
I've never heard of that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't click unsubscribe. You probably got pissed at me one night when you're drunk and you're like, yeah,
right.
you're that guy.
You made fun of Porsches.
Then you wake up the next morning, you don't see my videos for 2 months. I don't know. Honestly, it could be doing that. I wouldn't be surprised. YouTube does weird shit.
Yeah. YouTube likes to experiment with people without telling them. So
Right. Let's see here. Is there any profits to be made from? Oh, wait. Sorry. Before I do that, inventory. Okay, going back to that. So Roma's gone. Have the GT3. I have an offer on it on the table. He's working the deal. So I'm gonna say greater than 50% chance they'll be gone next week, unless someone wants to swoop in and make a slightly higher offer than what is currently offered. Then they can get it under him because there's no deposit. And I told him, I said, hey, I'm not pulling it from the market without a deposit. He said, okay, I'll take that risk. I'm like, okay. So, and he's got some stuff to sort out before he can buy it. But
Get your offers in, peeps.
yeah, right. And
Yep.
at the current price, I'm getting like 3-4 interested people a day, like real actual people, not, I'll give you a candy bar and a cheeseburger.
yeah. Can I rent this for prom?
Right. Oh yeah, can I rent it? So what else we got? We got the two 430s, both being converted to manuals. One's ready to go. I'll get that relisted probably tomorrow. I just need to take pictures of it as a manual. We have we have a GT350, the Mustang Shelby GT350. That thing's listed basically as cheap as we could go. So I mean, it's weird. No interest at all. So that's not encouraging for us to buy cars like that anymore. The Firebird Trans Am WS6 sold,
Oh wow.
and we got a trade on it, and it's a hell of a trade. It's a 06 Viper Coupe with only 10,800 miles on it.
Nice.
Nice.
and it's clean, like pretty.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
There I am.
You're
I'm
good.
back.
Anyway,
What
I
color?
love the internet.
Red,
Oh,
red
cool.
black interior, and it's I mean just super pristine, really really nice.
That's the classic.
Oh, my Scud is officially for sale.
Shit,
Saw
that
that.
Viper. What's the general range that those go for?
The crazy thing about that generation Viper is if it's a coupe, they're worth a lot. If it's a convertible, no one wants them.
Really? What are they? Why are they? They're not soft top, are they?
Yeah,
Oh, they are.
yeah, and it's like a manual soft top. It's really weird. Anyway, we're gonna probably list it for like I think probably like 89. So it's pretty
Man.
good deal.
All these cars, I wish I could just cycle through.
I know, right?
You know.
You should live down here. You could try them all,
Well, that's true.
or just come
But I
fly
have
down
a-
once in a while.
I have a life outside of cars, so
Yeah.
cars isn't my only life.
Here's an interesting one. What would you choose today if you didn't currently own any? Pretended prices are equal: Scud 458 or GT40.
Ooh.
I
I
mean,
know your answer.
me?
Yeah.
I mean,
Huh.
there's a lot of like what ifs, right? Because in my current situation, I'm gonna lean towards the GT40 because I have access to Ferraris regularly. If
Yeah.
I didn't have the GT40, I mean, it's a toss up between the Scud and the 458. The Scud is definitely more brutal than the 458, but like the 458's faster and it's easier to live with.
Mm-hmm.
But the Scud is just so special.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
The 458 is probably the easiest, like, everyday, most usable car,
Yeah.
right? And then the Scud's the most special, like, hey, let's go have fun. And then GT40 is like, you know, fuck you, race car.
Yeah, the most extreme.
it's just like
Yeah,
batshit, right?
I feel like to
What's the Scud's price? I don't want to say it publicly because then it'll be anchored to that price, right? So if you're really interested, send me an email. But I'll just say it's okay. People are dumb because a lot of people were like, "Hey, oh, you have a salvage title Scud? I'll give you 150 for it." I'm like, no, it has under 10,000 miles, people. This isn't like it was salvage and not put together. It's salvage but put together. Like it's really quite good condition. Anyway, yeah, someone traded a Viper for a Trans Am. I was like, really? You want to make that trade? Okay, we'll take the Viper. Yeah, I don't want to publicly say the price yet, just because I need to be able to figure out how much room I have on the price based on how much money I've got in it and that sort of stuff. But it's under 200.
Before paint or with paint?
Either
No
way.
matter- no, okay, no matter what. All right.
Yeah, either way. So here's the thing. If someone wants to buy it as is and they still want to get it painted, I can still have our guy paint it and then you can just pay him what we would have been paying, right?
Yeah.
And you'll save money. It's just if I have to paint it, now I have to front the money for it and I'm going to lose another month of time that I could be using that money. So that's why afterwards I'm going to charge a lot more for it.
Yep.
So the price is currently based on not being painted. $199, $999, $99. It's cheaper than that either way. When does the Scud go to paint? As soon as we have that Porsche Carrera, the one that was wrapped, it's currently being repainted. As soon as that's done, the Scud goes to paint. So I don't know. It could be a week. It could be another 2 weeks. I don't know. But you can't bring salvage cars in?
Yeah, I would say legally, maybe.
That's interesting. I mean, it's actually a rebuilt title, not a salvage title.
There you go.
So I don't know if that makes a difference.
Hugh also asked how the Spider S was in the tail. And
Yeah, I did see that.
no one, we didn't drive it on the tail. Carrie did, but I got to drive it on the Skyway, and over 6,000 RPMs, it was a riot. Under, it was just a car.
Hmm.
Like, but the transmission was beautiful. Like,
Yeah, that PDK is so good.
yeah,
Hmm.
it does exactly what you tell it to, and it sounds so good doing it. Like,
What kinds
Wait,
of
like,
what is the
fake-
Skyway?
The Churrahala Skyway.
Is it
Yeah.
twisty or it sounds like just a
Yeah,
highway?
it's like long
Okay.
sloping,
it's
kinda
like
like
power,
Colorado.
power through long sloping curves. Like,
like
there's a
You're-
couple switchbacks and stuff.
yeah, a couple sharp ones, but mostly, I mean, like the speed limit signs are 30s and 40s, so you're taking them at 60 to 90.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, I don't know if it's just me, but like you guys are so out of sync because my computer, I think, is still
Oh,
having
really?
farts.
Like our video and audio?
Yeah, yours is way behind. So I'm seeing stuff that you
Oh.
talked about from like 2 minutes ago. So like right now, it's showing you just picked up a drink.
I know.
Oh,
I
weird.
just picked it up.
Again? No,
I
it's
mean,
still-
I had just picked it up when you said that.
no, like,
So,
all right, hold on. Set it down. Ready?
Okay.
And hold it up high.
okay. No drink.
Hold it up high.
No drink. Drink up high.
Oh yeah, it's still not there. There it is. Okay, it just came to the screen
Okay.
now.
Oh, I love it.
I
So
wonder
you're
how
like,
it is
you're
for
like,
other people.
you're a good 3 seconds behind on my screen.
But the audio is good, so you're not.
I hope everyone else is in
I
sync.
think people be bitching if we
Oh,
were
yeah.
that bad.
Yeah, that's true. They always bitch.
They don't
so.
tolerate that stuff.
Yep.
Dan, what are your strong suits in the business and some of the things you prefer to hire out eventually? That's a very, very interesting question, and I've thought about that many times.
Tell me about your weaknesses, Dan.
Tell me, yeah, that sounds like a job interview. So, tell me what are the things you need to prove upon? Honestly, social media is one of my weaknesses, which is hilarious because of what we do. I suck at short format, Instagram, thumbnails, clickbaity titles. I'm not good at that. I would love, in fact, I talked to Josh about it, and we're currently like kind of trying to get the business caught up, but if we can get it caught up, then we want to hire like a social media person to kind of take over some of that stuff and really help it. And actually, it was really interesting. Is so we brought on Nick to do the website, and he's younger than Josh or I, and he's already like, oh, you guys need to do this, you need to do that. I love watching these type of videos, and like it's interesting because he's not that much younger, but he's younger enough that there's a generational gap in how he consumes media and social media compared to what we do, right?
Yep.
And so like short format, he loves it, and he's like, I watch tons of short format stuff, and I'm like, I hate it. I can't stand short format. I want a rich story. I want a plot. I want a full engaged thing. Like if I'm going to do it, if I'm going to spend the time on it, I want a real thing that actually provides me with something, right? So
Yeah. But that's what these platforms are rewarding, I guess.
they are heavily. And so I'm trying my best to use short format where I can and get better at it, but I'm just not that good at it. So anyway, that's something I absolutely would like to hire out. I mean, in an ideal world, I would hire out editing, not even because I don't mind it. Like I like it and I think I'm okay at it. I don't think I'm great, but there's people who just have actual training in it. Like the video Tyler edited for us was orders of magnitude better than my editing.
And I still don't do all the fancy stuff that people want today either. So
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
videos are so fancy today. I watched them. I'm like,
Oh my Lord. It's like
all the graphics and sound effects and the timing and transitions.
they're making mini movies every single time.
Yeah, it's like there's no way I have time to do this.
Yeah.
with the job.
I know.
Unless I'm like love it. You have to. I don't know. I feel like YouTube rewards people. Like you got really rewarded, Dan, for a while because you weren't trying to necessarily build a business, right? You were just like you just wanted to share what you were doing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it seems like it recognizes that, like people who do it for the love of something rather than trying to
Maybe.
make money.
I mean, I don't know about that. There's a lot of channels I've seen that are still really tiny because they just love to do it, and they've been doing it for a long time.
All right, yeah, I guess
There is, I think,
1,000 people.
I mean, so like in the scheme of YouTube, obviously we're not big, but we're bigger than a lot of people who have done similar things to what I've done, right? And I think we got kind of lucky in a few things. One was we were kind of like first to market to really show and like pull up the skirt on Ferraris.
Yep.
Like at that time, this is 8 years ago now or so. No one was doing what we were doing. Like we were really the first consistent channel showing DIY on a Ferrari in your garage at home on jack stands.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, it's like I didn't know what I was getting into, and it was like, so you were like, the audience was learning as I was learning. And that's one of the things is people are like, oh, go back to your old DIY stuff. I can't unlearn the things I know.
Yep.
Right. Like I'm not going to intentionally do something wrong just for good content. I mean, I'm sure other YouTubers do that all the time, but we don't. It doesn't make sense. Like that's not like YouTube. That, I guess that's another thing is my mental shift has gone from YouTube was the goal to now YouTube is not the
Just
primary
a pillar
goal
of your business, right?
Yeah.
The YouTube is our marketing arm of our business.
Yep.
And so I have to balance out making content that's entertaining, educational, but still promotes our stuff. It's funny because we have people who bitch sometimes like, that video is just one big ad for your company. I'm like, yeah.
Exactly.
You got it.
It's like, well, wow. Took you a little bit to figure that out, did you? It's like, but we don't really do sponsored content very often. There's actually, it's funny because we have 2 sponsored videos coming out. I think they're both on Saturday and Sunday, and that's like the first 2 sponsored videos in months. Like, very long time.
Nice.
So,
Is YouTube offering you the multiple thumbnail feature?
Oh, that's what do you mean?
like
I've
A/B
heard-
testing.
Yeah, they're
Oh.
apparently letting people put up multiple thumbnails and it'll A/B test for you and pick which one gets the most engagement. Like,
No, it's definitely not doing
cool.
that for me.
all right.
Nice.
This is the other problem with YouTube is they treat creators unequally.
They're A/B testing and A/B
You
test
probably
feature.
have to have over 100,000 subscribers or something.
Probably.
I know they open up a lot of doors when you hit 100,000.
Okay.
It's funny is I definitely think of it as a we when I first got going, because even though it was me in my garage filming it and doing the YouTube and all that stuff, I had so much help from the guys back then. Because especially when I first got going, I couldn't afford all these different cars and all these different mods and whatever. And, so it was like the thing I could offer was time and labor. So they'd be like, hey, if I buy an exhaust, will you install it? I'm like, great. I get a new car, a new exhaust, I get to install it, and that costs me nothing but time.
Yeah.
And so it was really truly a community came together around it, and that was really cool. And it got to the point where I think all those guys had tapped out and modified their cars and whatever, and so then kind of stopped offering.
Yep.
They missed the old you, Dan, per Daniel's comment here.
But
Undo that LASIK.
It's not so much the content, it's who you were.
who I were.
Changed.
I've changed. I mean, I think I'm still the same person. The difference is I'm just in a different business now, right? Like my business life has changed dramatically. I was a software developer. I was making a comfortable living, and I had, like a lot less hours of work than I do now. So I had time to be able to do this sort of thing.
Yep.
And I didn't have a kid, and I had a wife who was like, hey, you want to fart around this stuff? Like, do it.
And your livelihood wasn't dependent on you working like, well,
Dude,
it was, but
Daryl's been a member for over a year.
Wow.
Over 2 years, approaching 3. That's impressive.
oh, cool.
Thanks, Daryl.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, actually, I started way before Radarosa. That offends me that you would say that. he got a huge bump when he did the Saddam Hussein F40 thing. Like his channel was way smaller than mine, and then he did the Saddam Hussein thing, and his blew up way past mine. So,
Yep.
Used to just be fun. I mean, I think it's still pretty fun. You know, the downside is you can't necessarily like. I mean, here's the reality, right? I have to pay bills. I have a mortgage. I have a wife. I have a kid. In order to pay those bills, I have to sell cars or sell parts. I can't do it off YouTube. YouTube, last month we got $1,000 from YouTube. That's it.
Wow.
We spent more in fuel going
That's
to Pittsburgh.
crazy.
Oh yeah, no, we spent more than twice that going to Pittsburgh and back.
Yeah.
So
Ugh.
you know, I hate to say it, but that's why we don't spend as much effort on YouTube, because it just doesn't pay. But it does help us sell cars. So before you started the Turo business, did you really expect to make a profit? Is that a loaded question or what? I mean, yeah, we absolutely wanted to make a profit. We knew that we weren't necessarily going to make money on the cars from Turo, but maybe have it pay for the cost of the cars, and then at the end you have an asset that's been paid for by someone else, and then you sell the asset and you make money there. But unfortunately, Turo had so many fees and so much BS that you couldn't even really do that. So it didn't really make sense. A lot of negativity towards him nowadays. I think you all live his channel too. Brad, really? I wonder what the negativity is. I don't watch his channel anymore either. I never really did. I don't know. It's just weird. Like he's always wearing his sunglasses, even inside and shit. I'm like, I wear my sunglasses at night.
I just go back to his oil 360. It's engine oil, transmission oil, and something else video. I referenced that a lot
It makes sense.
when I was
yeah.
doing my stuff.
You've been a member for 51 months? Damn.
Yeah. Crazy.
I didn't even know I had members going for that long.
How do those member updates come through? Because they've seen those every once in a while, but
It just does that.
Hmm.
Like it just randomly pops up. I don't click on anything. I can't control that. Yeah. Oh, that Matt Farah mechanic. I don't have any updates on that.
yeah, I haven't heard anything on that story.
Do you guys remember Marcus with the GT500?
One of your consignment stories?
Yeah, the guy
Oh.
who sold his car on consignment through Alpha Motive.
Sort of. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Guy in San Antonio.
Younger guy?
The car was there.
The car got purchased and was in San Antonio, and the whole debacle of recovering it and what. Jesus Christ! I'm gonna mute my phone. Sorry about that. People are not leaving me alone. Yeah, I did an interview with him. He's got some updates.
Okay.
Oh.
So I got to edit that video. It'll probably be late next week.
You stole it back, right? That was the last stole.
It's complicated, right?
All right.
All right.
That'll be a fun video to watch.
I mean, that's why those situations are so messed up, because both people are victims, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel bad for both of them. And it's like, I mean, I would do everything I could if I was in their situation either way. So I can't fault either of them for doing any of the things they're doing. So it's just rough, man. Like, anyway, there's like a bunch of weird crap that's kind of tangential to the people that owned Alpha Motive. And so it's actually gotten some actual news attention.
All right.
So we'll talk about that in the video. I don't want to go into. If you Google it, you can figure it out. But if you want to be surprised, wait for our video. It's not that it's not like full blown CNC motors craziness, but it's pretty good. Yeah. Anyway, what else is going on? Oh Lord, it's been busy. So yeah, Josh and I converted a car in one day. To be fair, that's probably unusual because everything went pretty smoothly.
Yep.
But we are now caught up on backlogs for conversions, and we are also actively getting conversion kits. So there's been a lot of people who have been wanting conversions and waiting for us to be able to get kits. So now's the time. We can now do that. And so we actually have people who are interested. We're trying to work on getting those going. So we're going to try, and what we'd like to do is get it to where we have there's basically 4 iterations of kits, right? There's clutch in, clutch out for both 360 and 430. And then ultimately there's the eDiff delete or eDiff keep. And so I think most people are going to probably keep the eDiff. And even if you keep the eDiff, you can still electronically turn off the eDiff. So it probably makes sense to almost always do eDiff keep. So you want to get to the point where we have one of each of those different iterations available at any moment that on our you just ship it to us as soon as we're available. Right? As soon as we have a time opening for it.
Yep.
So
Nice.
why Google when Papa Dan can read us a nighttime story? I love it. Speaking of bad dealers, are there any good dealers you like working with? Yeah, we've had some really good experiences. I'm trying to think of anyone that were like, oh my God, they were so amazing. I mean, a couple of them just were really nice. The deals went really smoothly, whatever, very communicative, whatever.
Didn't try and sue you a year later.
Didn't try and sue us a year later, that sort of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So, I think, as far as dealers go, anytime you're buying a car, don't trust anyone, right? Ever.
Okay.
As Josh likes to say, buyers are liars. That's for us anyway. When we're trying to buy cars, it's every time someone's always lying about whatever they're,
Yep. There's a simple litmus test to check a dealer. Just do as much research as you can on the car, and then see what they lie to you on, and then call them out on it and see if it was an honest mistake or if they double down and call you a liar.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
A lot of it's I always think of certain things are always red flags to me. If they say, "Oh, this car is perfect,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, "No, it's not. There's never been a perfect car. We have yet to buy a perfect car. There are some that are in very good condition, but it's not perfect, and I guarantee you we can find flaws."
Yep.
So tell me what those flaws are. That's what I really want to know. I'm not even saying that that's going to break the deal. I just want to know what I'm getting into.
Yeah. Don't make me fly out halfway across the country to be disappointed.
Right. And so what's hard is I think sometimes it's ignorance. It's literally people don't know that these things are wrong with the car.
Oh yeah.
So I don't necessarily think it's malicious.
Yeah. Especially a 9-to-5 salesman who's, one of 30 in a
Right.
big dealer. They don't know every car.
Well, give me a break. How many of these salespeople that are selling Ferraris have ever actually owned a Ferrari?
Yeah.
And how much time have they really spent with one? Hours? That's it?
Yep.
At this point, I've probably driven 300, 400 Ferraris, maybe more. I've had personally in our shop probably 100 at this point.
Yeah, you are one of the most trusted or well-versed dealers.
Trusted too.
You and Josh.
Well,
in
and the
Ferraris.
interesting thing I think that sets us apart is Josh and I actually work on these cars. So
You really do have a leg up.
we're not just salespeople, right? Like we actually work on them and understand them and see what's going on and blah blah blah. So, yeah, come on, Dan, you had a perfect car. The Hoovy Ferrari is perfect. It's a perfect driver's car. I'll go like that. I'll give you that. Did you buy that 48 in California from a dealership? Yes, it was a Ferrari of Silicon Valley. Would you consider becoming a car delivery company? Are you talking like shipping? Like transporting cars?
Driving to Pittsburgh was enough for me, man.
I mean, that's not something I'm personally willing to do.
Yeah.
Like,
That'd
I'm
be
not
an
going to
interesting
spend my
business.
life in a truck. I've done transportations on a friend basis because I don't have the proper licensure and stuff to do that.
Yeah. It was always the game of, are we going to get pulled over going through this way station?
Right. I mean,
Blowing
I've been
past
pulled
this way
over
station.
going past way stations, even hauling my personal stuff, which, and then you tell them, like, I'm like, this is registered in my name to my house to me. Bye. I guess I should put like not for hire on it.
Did you see the Olthoff racing semis at the drag strip?
Oh, yeah.
Said private RV, not for hire. It's
Yeah.
like with business logos and stuff all over. It's like that's all you need, I guess.
Yeah. Well, they're right. It's not for hire. It's their company property.
Yep. But it says private RV, so it's like, nope, it's just an RV. It's,
Yeah. Well, that's what you technically having it registered as, right?
yeah. That's funny stuff.
I know you're a dealer. Do you consider a company more like a broker or a dealership? I mean, we're definitely more of a dealership. There's very few brokered deals we do. Like, I don't play matchmaker at all. I don't think ever. But that's not true. We've done a handful, like 2 or 3 of those, where we knew of a car that was off market and we had a buyer that wanted that exact spec. But those are just things that like happen to fall into place. We don't actively seek that out. Like, because it's I don't want to get into that business. And honestly, when I deal with brokers as a dealer, I want to stab them in the face. Like, no offense if anyone here is a broker watching this, but I think they are an element that is completely unnecessary in the car world. All they are doing is increasing the cost of these transactions.
Scum of the earth.
They don't provide any value because every time we've dealt with a broker situation, they make the deal worse. And they end up costing the seller more. I'm like, you're doing this, you're hiring a broker under the guise of this is some expert that's going to save me time, so I'm willing to pay them money to save me time. But then they don't know shit about the car, and they don't know what they're talking about, and they're just dumb. And then they still wanted us to do all the legwork, and we're like, we're a dealer. I'm not doing shit. You do your job. This is your job, right? Like, you do the work. You're getting paid tens of thousands of dollars to play matchmaker and make some phone calls. Earn it. Sorry,
Yes, you tell them.
Dude, brokers, man.
There's a T-shirt, dude. Brokers, man.
Brokers, man.
Dude, brokers, man.
Am I right? Oh, Lord. Is it okay
Hey,
to weigh your
Jocko.
first car at truck scales? I have no idea.
Not
Wouldn't
like
register.
the roadside ones that they'll probably frown on that, but yeah, you can go to a truck stop and weigh your truck and trailer. They don't care. It's like
Dan, you're the
$15.
most trusted. I would have no problem. Could you sling or sell a Ferrari for 200,000+ off? You, Dan, and in today's world, there's not many people like you. Yeah, thank you. Are the cars you buy from other dealers like advertised online or off market? Both. Every once in a while, we get a great deal on an off market car. The vast majority are on market. It's hard to get off market cars. You have to know someone who knows someone or whatever. I would say we probably get an unusually high number of people soliciting us to buy their cars because of YouTube.
Mm.
So we get a large number of people who say, "Hey, I love your channel. I've been watching it for years. Can you buy my car?"
And
You know,
most of
they-
them asked for too much.
I mean, that's the secondary part of it. Hey, I saw it. This other one just sold on BAT for some crazy number, so I want that. It's like, no,
Hmm.
like
Yeah, cool story.
I mean, the brokers work for the really high end cars, right? You kind of need them.
I mean,
$1 million
do you
plus.
need them? No, you
But
absolutely
isn't
do
it-
not need them. But that's
Different story.
a different game. And when you start talking about millions of dollars, it becomes the people who own those cars are usually they're concerned about being private and they don't want to give out their information and whatever. So that starts to make more sense. But even then, like when we were working on that F40 deal for months, it was idiotic how stupid these brokers were. And I just, again, was like, not saying all of them. There are occasionally a good couple of brokers, but the most of them are just shit. I just
Makes
don't
sense.
understand it. Like, why does anyone need this? My favorite is like they contact me like, "Hey, I'm a broker. You want me to help you sell your cars?" I'm like, "No, I'm a dealer. Go away."
It's my job.
Right? It's like, this is what I do for a living. Oy. What's the best deal you've gotten so far?
Ooh, ever?
Hmm.
That's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what's the car we've made the most money on. I think maybe it was some of the converted cars that we converted we've made the most money on because we're like getting that appreciation on the labor that we're doing ourselves. As far as like a car that was just we bought it and it was undervalued when we bought it or whatever, it's tough. There's been a there's been a couple where we've made like $20,000 or $30,000 on a single car, and that's anytime that happens, we're like, damn, that's a good payday.
Yeah.
But that's not typical. I would say like much less than that is typical. How much time per day is spent looking for cars to purchase? Varies, but I'm gonna say like depends. Right now we're really low on inventory, so
It
I'm
says 10 to 12, 10 p.m. to 12 midnight, right?
Yeah.
actually it's
Texting each other.
honestly, yeah. I know. I would say it's probably like 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. is almost every night. Like pretty much, as after I put the baby to sleep, get ready for bed, lay in bed, and just scroll on my phone looking at cars and
Dan and Josh go to bed and then just start texting under the covers.
yeah.
I mean, you've told us that. I'm not making
Oh
that
yeah.
up.
No, we text each other almost every single night with at least 5 cars. Hey, check this one out. Hey, check this one out. Hey, check.
Jeez.
Is Auto Tempest any good? I mean, occasionally.
Yeah. They search
All,
some things. They don't search everything though.
all of the various car platforms can be great if you find the right deal. I mean, if you're looking for a hard to find car, you check them all.
Is Car Gurus the whole good deal, fair deal, great deal? Is that reputable?
I don't think
It's
so.
I don't like it because it's not always accurate, especially on cars like Ferraris that are pretty thin.
Mm.
Like if you're using it to buy a Mustang GT
Or a pickup truck?
or a pickup truck or any sort of car that has real volume, absolutely, yeah. There's tons of data, and so it knows what it's talking about. But when you're talking about these cars, it's kind of crap because there's so many different things it can't put into its algorithm. Like, hey, this one's a terrible deal, and it's like, yeah, it's also got like every carbon fiber option on the planet, so it's $50,000 more.
It's not smart for that market.
Right? It's like it has no clue.
Yep.
So, oh, sorry, teach the spec. Text to speech sucks, and I'm Australian in Tennessee.
Oh, no.
That's great.
It's all good, man. I get it.
And look, there's a few fellow Aussies in the
Yeah, they're all
audience.
congregating. It's like the
Oh, look
Canada
at
group.
an
we have
Aussie and
group.
Aus. That's cool. Nice. That's fun. Hoovies 458. It's gone, man. So the story is we got that car back on trade. The day we get it back on trade, I take it out for a drive, and I didn't even like plan to do this. I was like, oh, I should just do a quick YouTube short again because I suck at social media. And I was like, okay, I'll just film this quick short. I'm like, hey, look what car we got back. And over the next 24 hours, I had 3 people offer to buy it. And one of them was like, I want to trade in I'm not going to tell you what, but I'm going to trade in this car because it's going to happen tomorrow. And I want to do it. And we're like, okay. So he came to a number. He agreed. He liked the number. We liked the number. He shook hands,
Wow.
signed paperwork. And he's driving that car out from California as we speak.
That's
Wow.
crazy. So that went quickly, but the Scud, they're both salvage, right? Or
Yeah, the Scud's harder because it's a substantially more expensive car.
Yeah.
So the problem with the Scud is like you have to know that you're wanting to buy a Scud but not pay $300,000. Right? So that's the problem. Yes, it's under $200,000. It's still a lot of money. So it's closer to 2 than it is to 1. A whole lot closer. It's closer to 2 than it is to 50.
yeah, yeah.
So it's still a ton of money, but yeah, it's a lot cheaper than $300,000 or $290 or $280. So that's the way you gotta look at that car. Is hey, I want a Scud, but I don't want to pay $300. I want to pay under $200. Okay, I'm willing to accept the fact that this car got wrecked.
Yep. Well, some lucky owner is going to put a 458 into 100,000 miles.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. It's as long as we're not asking what each other are wearing. No, definitely not.
Because they're not wearing anything.
Anyway, what else is going on? Jeez. We have the Porsche Club PCA is coming to our shop next weekend. We are hosting the Porsche Club.
Wow.
Yep. So one of the guys here in Austin who is a member of the club and has organized a bunch of different events for them, he reached out and was like, hey, thought maybe we could do an event at your shop, and I thought we could do like a technical event where we like show people how to work on whatever. And so that's what we're doing. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. He froze up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you mean technical event?
Like they're gonna change out spark plugs or like that sort of stuff
On one of the cars that they bring?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So, I mean, in theory, have sold the GT3.
In theory, if everything goes right, the GT3 will be gone.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to do a drive
Are we gonna do a drive
with the PCA people?
No, they didn't. They're not doing a drive. They're just showing up. Yeah.
Nice.
That's a loaded question. Do you think the Car Wizard is a better channel than Hoovy?
Wow.
I mean, they're totally different channels, right? So how do you say what's better? If you like DIY, then absolutely the Car Wizard's better than Hoovy. If you like the drama of buying and selling a bunch of crappy cars, then you're gonna like Hoovy better. I would say no matter what, there's a ton of credit that goes to Hoovy for originating his channel, and then basically like there's like 6 or 7 other channels that all spawned from his channel. And so like all of those people owe their credit to him, in my opinion, because if I'll put it this way, there's some guys, and it's not just those guys, I'm not picking on them, but there's a lot of channels out there that just happen to be friends with someone who had a huge YouTube channel. And if that happens and you have a huge YouTube channel and you're on that and you're starting your own channel, your channel is going to get huge rapidly without you having to be all that good. So I'm not picking on anyone or saying that's true. I'm just saying that happens, right? Like, there's some channels out there that I've seen blossom because they were tied to another channel, and I'm like, okay, that's happening. Wow, that's really happening with the guys leaving Donut.
Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of that. Yep.
Like their channels already have like they're getting like 1 million plus views on the first video they do on their channel,
That's crazy.
and they already have like over 100,000 subscribers. It's just
the
like,
YouTube equivalent of a trust fund baby, right?
right, yeah, like someone built Donut, offered you a job there, you became the face of Donut, and now you create a channel, and it's huge. Which, to be fair, kudos, man, you killed it. Good.
Yeah,
for
that's
you.
the thing. That's the thing. Like, yeah, if they were handed a lot, but at the same time,
They're
like,
a good personality.
well, yeah, and or like they're trying to make the most of it.
Yeah, and
It's like-
absolutely, like, they should do that.
Yeah.
100%, absolutely. Those guys, like, why it took them this long to do it is beyond me. Because like, apparently they were only getting paid like 60 grand or some crazy low amount of money, and I'm like, oh my god. Like,
Yeah, for the type of audience that they have.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
insulting. Like, their pay was insultingly low.
Yeah.
So they absolutely deserve it. But I'm just saying, like, if you have that situation, you know, you could be vaulted up huge quickly. And the problem I have is there's no one in the car world in Austin, really. There's no one that we know of. There's no one that I can like work with to grow both of our channels. Because like there is a bit of it. Like if you look at Hoovie and Wizard, they help each other, right?
Yep.
So they both grow because they can help each other. I mean, the closest friend I have in the YouTube world is Mike from Brink of Speed up in Dallas.
Yeah.
And that's probably because like I really like Mike as a person.
That's
But I
crazy
guess
there.
one of my problems is like I might meet some other YouTubers and I'm like, I don't necessarily want to hang out with you.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know any other car YouTubers in
In
certainly
Austin.
not in Austin.
In Austin, there's almost none.
Yeah.
Wow, Big Time already has 1.5 million subs. I mean, good for him, man.
Is that one of the Donut spin-off guy or one of the guys
Yep.
from Donut? I
Yep.
think I just watched the a video last night.
Yeah, and I saw what's his
Yeah,
name?
that guy.
The other guy also did it too shortly after. Anyway, his name will come to me. I met him. Yeah. Oh, Tyler's back.
That's funny. I just watched it big time. So that guy, wow, 1.5 million subscribers.
Already, right?
Oh, and then another guy, Speed. Why I left Donut.
Yeah, him.
Okay.
I met him in person when we were both doing the Shell sponsorship thing.
James Pumphrey.
James Pumphrey, that's it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I never watched Donut much. I don't know these guys, but I'm
I
getting
like-
to know
Back in the
getting to
day,
know them now.
it got, you could tell it was getting corporate, and that's why they left, right? Like, because back in the day they did really interesting things, but like, you know, what's fascinating to me is like when those guys were talking about especially James's video, him talking about leaving Donut, you realize how big a company that really was. Like they had many employees and tons of people working on stuff and all this crap, and I'm thinking, dude, like, and here I am, literally one guy started a YouTube channel and I'm the only person editing videos and filming. I'm doing it all myself. Like, it's, how would I compete with that?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
apparently there's something like they sold out to some venture capitalist firm.
Yep.
That's why all these guys are leaving. And like,
Yep.
I totally get it. Like, nope, not dealing with
Totally.
that. I'll
No,
do it
and
myself.
they should leave. They're already the face of the channel. They will make more money doing it on their own. It's gonna be a lot harder. You know, you lose the safety net, but yeah.
Yeah. I found out about Flying Wheels. He's in New Hampshire. My 360 buddy knows him.
Oh, the dealer guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Supercar Ranch is watching too. We should meet him eventually. Or
Oh
he
yeah, God,
commented.
he's actually close.
Supercar Ranch?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Bernie.
Who's
Yeah.
that? Is that?
The
is
funny
he
thing is,
commenting?
there's like 5 or 6 massive YouTubers in
Bernie, yeah.
Bernie or near Bernie, and it's
Yep.
weird. But they're all like guns and so Supercar, Demolition Ranch,
Yeah. Brandon Herrera.
Brandon Herrera. What's the other guy? Does the police stuff?
Oh shoot.
Donut Operator.
Yes.
and a couple others that are all just, I mean, you're talking like 5 to 10 plus million subscribers. Huge channels. And ironically, I met Demolition Ranch's father at a car event in Bernie. And it was funny because I'm not in the gun world or whatever. And so, I just met him, was talking to him about cars or whatever. And he's like, oh, yeah, my son's a YouTuber. I told him, yeah, I do YouTube. And he's like, oh, my son's a YouTuber. Yeah, he's got a pretty big channel. Like, oh, okay, that's cool. And he didn't tell me what it was. And then like 15 minutes later, someone's like, oh, dude, you met so-and-so's dad. And I'm like, who is this guy? And like, dude, he's got like 15 million subscribers. I'm like, what?
Yeah, pretty big.
Kind of big. Yeah.
I'm like, sort of big? What the hell? So then I'm like searching. I'm like, oh my God. Like, how the hell did I not know about this guy? And I'm like, well,
That's funny.
Anyway.
I mean, I'm sure he'd be down. Like, he always talks about helping pump up other YouTubers. Like, there's got to be
Who?
some Matt.
Oh, Demolition Ranch?
Yeah. Got to be something we
maybe.
could do.
I mean, it's kind of like weird to like, hey, you got a huge YouTube channel. Can you help my small
I know.
YouTube channel?
Like, how do you do something organically without like forcing it? But he
I mean,
does
I
some
know
car shit. It's just not.
He
super car
does.
stuff.
And so like, I mean, they can be like, hey, you want to come drive a Ferrari or whatever we have?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I don't know.
Yep.
A lot of gun channels are not monetized.
Yeah.
It's
Or they're
really
privately-
challenging.
Privately sponsored, paid.
Yeah, they have a lot of like
Some
Patreon
merch.
and whatever. That's tough. That's one reason I would not want to be in that particular YouTube realm. It looks challenging.
And they like send new rules like weekly. It seems.
Oh
like.
yeah, they
Like,
change it all the time. Yeah, I'm like, man, that would be a pain in the ass. Like all I have to do is not swear,
Yeah. Damn it.
And that's hard enough, right?
and I still fuck that up.
Yeah, charity drive would be cool. We should do one of those soon.
I mean, they don't get any views, but it's nice to do.
It's good to collaborate with other local YouTubers, though.
Well,
Invite.
who else is doing charity drives?
That's what I mean. Invite all these other YouTubers and
like
like
to
there's
give them a
Urban
charity
Podcast
ride.
people. There's Joe Rogan. Like I don't invite them. They're not going to show up, but you invite
They're
them.
not gonna show up. Joe Rogan's not gonna show up.
I'm just saying he's here.
I did deliver a car to his house.
Just
Yeah.
give him a ride in the GT40. Let him drive it. He would drive that.
Maybe. Well, I don't know. Honestly, that car is so challenging. That is like the only car I don't feel comfortable just letting people drive.
Yeah.
Who have you let? Have you let people drive it?
Josh has driven it,
Oh,
and
Josh, of
Mike
course,
from
yeah.
Brink of Speed has driven it, and that's it. And Mike was like, when we were done, Mike was like, that was difficult. He's like, I'm sweating, man.
Yep.
Shit.
So it is not easy. That is a hard car to drive. Very, very challenging.
Makes me want it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you've ridden in it. You saw it. Thing was nuts.
Oh yeah, I would
Oh yeah.
love to drive that.
Someone asked earlier, like I forget the brand, the kit cars versus a Super Performance, like.
Oh,
performance and
RCR.
thoughts. RCR, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna build it at home, RCR is great. If you're gonna buy it used, RCR is challenging because you don't know how well it was built.
Mm.
So it could be like Bob, who's never built anything in his life, or it could be Joe, who's built all these cars and he's amazing. So you just don't know, and that's why I did not want to buy an RCR. And specifically was like, I'm buying a Super Performance because they are actually made by people who make these cars regularly. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jocko. Jocko
What
did
did-
the GT40.
What did you think, Jocko?
That's right. I forgot about Jocko because
I mean,
he only drove it a short period of time. Well, so did these other guys, but you know, that's right. I didn't film Jocko. That's the difference.
yeah.
Oh, did I give up the beans about Joe Rogan? Oh, maybe I never said it was him.
Oh,
I think you alluded to it.
yeah, you alluded to it really hard.
Oh, oops.
What was it
Well,
a
yeah.
430, right?
Well, it's been like over a year, so I can say that now.
Yeah.
It's a 430.
Yeah, he did a conversion.
Crazy. Yep.
That's the weird thing. I've met a ton of people, and I know a ton of people, but it just never is really manifested. You know?
Yep. That's something like maybe a Christmas holiday toy charity drive, and then invite all these YouTubers and stuff.
True.
It might
I think
be fun.
he's asked us a couple times. If it hadn't sold so quickly, we've been tempted to push over 100K. Yes, that was actually the plan. I told Josh when we were buying it back, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna just drive the piss out of it, get to roll 100, and then we'll sell it. And he was like, okay, let's do it. And then we got it, and it was like sold before. It was like sold before we did anything on it. It was sold before I filmed any content on it. Like we didn't even have the AC fixed. Oh, that video hasn't come out yet.
Oh, yeah.
Shit. Oops. Sorry. It's a video of us fixing the AC on it. Sorry.
Again. Yeah.
Is this a repeat buyer, by the way?
No, this is just a guy who watched our channel and saw the video. He's like, I want to buy it. Yeah. The donut media situation is the Atari of YouTube. They might not be the content creators, but they were the stars and replaceable. I mean, from the donut side, they're replaceable, but from the content side, they're the face of the company, and so the audience is gonna like. The weird thing about YouTube is you're almost loyal to the person, not to the channel, right? So like the people who watch, like me personally, if I watched Donut, there were certain presenters who I wouldn't watch because I didn't like the way they presented. Like their style didn't jive with me. But then there's other people who I did like, and so yeah, when they leave Donut and they go create their own channel, the expectation is they're going to create content in that same style, right?
I mean, not almost. It's all that. People care fully about the personality. Like if Tyler and I took over NG and Normal Guy Supercar, I think you may start to see a decline. Or maybe not, Tyler. You know,
we had 10 likes before Dan got here.
We were doing pretty well at the beginning of this.
Let's try it.
We gained 100 viewers after Dan showed up.
The channel might take an odd turn, but you know.
Honestly, I've thought about that. It's like, would it make sense for us to hire someone to come on and be like a new blood face for the channel? Because like Josh doesn't mind doing videos, but he doesn't really like doing videos, right? Most people don't really like doing the videos. I don't really like videos. Like it's not in my nature to want to be in front of the camera.
Yeah.
So I've had to learn. That is like me being on camera is a learned behavior, and I'm not comfortable with it to this day.
Right.
And it's funny because people are like, "Oh, you look so comfortable. You know what you're doing." It's like that's learned behavior. That's repetition. I've made over 2,300 videos on YouTube. That's how I'm good at it.
Yeah. Like this, like the live stream stuff I think is fun, but like holding a camera walking down a street is like, oh my God, do I really have to do this shit?
If you're in public.
Oh, in public, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I'm going to look like the biggest D-bag filming myself in front of all these people. So, real quick, oops, shit, it rolled right as I clicked it. There it is. 2005 versus 2007 versus 2008 F430s that are better or worse than the other. So the only real difference is halfway through 2007. So not all 2007s, halfway through, they changed the TCU and the F1 pump and a few other small things. Is it really noticeable? Not really. I mean,
For the better,
I know
for the worse.
Huh?
Yeah. For the better or for the worse?
I mean, I guess they're slightly better. I don't know. I mean, maybe more technically reliable. Like it's a different pump on the F1 system. It's a different TCU. It shifts very slightly different. And the only way you're going to notice is if you're like me and you've driven hundreds of them.
Back to back, probably. It sounds like one of those things that's so subtle that
you would not notice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, that's one of those situations where I don't care which one is cheaper and nicer, right? Like if I'm buying one, I don't give a shit what year it is. I want the right spec. I want the right price, the right miles, the right options. That's all I care.
Yep.
So if you're looking to convert a car, the pre-08s are better because the 08s and later, they stopped stubbing out some of the stuff for conversions. So it's actually more difficult and more expensive. So if you came to us and say, hey, I want to convert my car, it's a 2008, I'm going to say, great, it's going to be $1,000 more.
More drilling.
more work and more risk and more pain in the ass.
Interesting.
And I don't know that that's true, actually. I think it was highly encouraged, but I don't know that it was standard. But yeah, they certainly started pushing a lot of shit on the later cars. So usually you'll see higher option cars as later models. But there you go. We're way past 9:30. So anyway, yeah, buy a $200,000 brisket and get a free Ferrari.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Depends on the
Everyone wants
Ferrari.
mac and cheese too. That's
Tyler's
sure.
working deals.
I'll throw that in.
Yeah.
Nice, Jocko.
Yeah. Right. All right, guys. Well, anyway, thanks all for watching. Oh, did you actually play the intro video and everything? And
Yeah, we did
I
it.
think you did, yeah. Go back
Nice.
and watch it.
Good job. I'm so
Yeah.
glad that we gave you admin rights on this system.
I know.
Right. Well, I started it and then it was like, "Are you in portrait mode or landscape?" I was like, "Come on!"
It does it every time now.
It's so frustrating.
See, everyone's trying to do like the short style, have it mobile, whatever. It's like, dude,
Yeah, a live like from our phones, everyone would stop watching. You'd be sick with us like shaking and stuff. Ugh.
which by the
Oh,
way,
yeah.
in light of Josh and I doing a 1-day conversion, we already talked about this. We are definitely doing a conversion live stream
Nice.
where we're just going to do it from like early in the morning to late at night and just convert the car in 1 day and show the whole damn thing.
Nice.
Good.
So I'd love to have your help, Tyler, because I'm sure we could rig up some cool stuff to make it go well.
We can figure it out.
So I don't know, maybe in a couple weeks.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah. September-ish.
All right. Well, that's it. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching and joining us, and we'll see you next week. And there's more videos coming, so stay tuned.
Bye.
See ya.